Who's on whose side? June 2025 detailed report. The Israel-Iran conflict, long rooted in deep-seated geopolitical, religious, and ideological tensions, has escalated sharply in recent months, bringing the Middle East dangerously close to a wider regional war. Here's a detailed breakdown of the current situation, the sides involved, and the implications for global security. Fire background of the conflict: Israel and Iran have been in a shadow war for decades. Iran accuses Israel of oppressing Palestinians and destabilizing the region, while Israel sees Iran as an existential threat due to its nuclear ambitions and its support for armed groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. What began as cyber attacks, assassinations of scientists, and proxy skirmishes has now transformed into a direct military confrontation. Crossed swords: current status of the war. As of June 25, 2025, full-scale attacks. In April 2025, Iran launched a series of drone and missile attacks on Israeli military bases and strategic locations. In retaliation, Israel carried out massive airstrikes deep inside Iran, targeting nuclear facilities, IRGC bases, and missile silos. Ground clashes. Fighting has expanded into Syria and southern Lebanon. Israeli forces are actively engaging Hezbollah fighters near the northern border, while Iran-backed militias in Iraq and Syria have launched attacks on U.S. and Israeli assets. Maritime front. Both nations have also attacked oil tankers and naval vessels in the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea, threatening global oil trade. Bar graph: casualties and damage. Estimated figures. Category: Israel-Iran and proxy. Civilian deaths 1,200 plus 3,500 plus. Military deaths 800 plus 2,200 plus. Iran. Hezbollah. Others: infrastructure damage: Tel Aviv, Haifa. Airports hit: Natanz, Tehran. Military bases: refugees, displaced 300,000 plus 600,000 plus. Note: numbers may vary due to limited on-ground reporting and ongoing battles. Globe: who is on whose side? Israel's allies. United States, strongest ally, providing intelligence, military aid, and deploying forces to protect bases in the region. United Kingdom, France, Germany, back Israel diplomatically and support defensive military operations. Gulf Arab states, and officially, countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Bahrain fear Iran's regional power and support Israeli action quietly, especially on intelligence cooperation. Iran's allies. Hezbollah, Lebanon, Iran's closest non-state proxy, heavily involved in attacks on Israel. Hamas, Gaza, renewed rocket attacks on Israeli cities, backed by Iranian weapons. Syrian government, Bashar al-Assad, allows Iran to operate militarily within Syrian borders. Russia, while not directly involved, supports Iran diplomatically at the UN and provides military technology. China, neutral publicly but continues economic ties with Iran, especially in oil trade. Firecracker: key events timeline: April 12, 2025. Iran fires over 300 drones and missiles at Israeli territory. Iron Dome intercepts majority, but some targets hit. April 15, 2025. Israel launches Operation Iron Wave, bombing nuclear sites in Natanz and Isfahan. May 2025. Hezbollah opens northern front, rockets strike Haifa and northern Galilee. June 2025. U.S. aircraft carrier arrives in eastern Mediterranean. Iran threatens to close Strait of Hormuz. Global impact: oil prices soar. Crude oil crossed $130 per barrel due to instability near Persian Gulf. Stock markets volatile. Global markets rattled. Airline, shipping, and energy sectors hit. Nuclear tensions. Fears rise that Iran may push to weaponize nuclear capabilities if survival is threatened. Humanitarian crisis. Civilians across Iran, Lebanon, Gaza, and Israel suffer from displacement, food shortages, and lack of medical supplies. Stop sign: is a bigger war coming? The world is watching closely. A regional war pulling in the US, Saudi Arabia, and possibly Russia would have catastrophic consequences. Diplomatic efforts by the UN, Turkey, and Qatar are ongoing, but both Israel and Iran remain firm on their positions. Israel demands full dismantling of Iran's nuclear program and an end to proxy attacks. Iran wants an end to Israeli airstrikes and Western sanctions. Compass: what comes next? Continued escalation. If Hezbollah fully enters the war and Iran responds with more direct attacks, full regional war is likely. Possible ceasefire. Backdoor diplomacy via Oman and Qatar may lead to a temporary truce. Nuclear red line. If Iran crosses the nuclear weaponization threshold, Israeli preemptive strikes may escalate to all-out war. Pushpin conclusion: the Israel-Iran war has moved from covert conflict to open military confrontation. With both regional and global powers entangled in this high-stakes showdown, the next few weeks will be critical in determining whether this remains a contained war or expands into a wider catastrophe.